Historical Prey is the first survivor-only fan-made chapter for Dead by Daylight. Veronica never cared for the activities of her parents. Her father, head of a large factory, secretly hoped that his firstborn child would continue the business, but Ronja had completely different plans. She loved nature and she loved drawing. She spent whole days outside the city on the outskirts of which she lived. She went to the forest, to the mountains. She looked for the local animals, and the animals found her. They trusted her. The calmness that Ronja had made her something special, something that animals did not know from human beings. Only the crows she could never win over. They guided her into a fog from which she would never escape again. Ronja
comes with 3 perks
that grant her options to protect her friends and to heal when important goals are achieved. Long Gone. Status updates and killer notifications that are triggered by you when you are not in a chase have a short delay. While a delay is active, you reveal your aura to all survivors. Long Gone has a cooldown. Motivation. Whenever you are injured and a generator is completed, you are automatically healed by some percent. Closed season. After being chased by the killer for 45 seconds, closed season activates. The next time you are hit while at least one other survivor is running within 16 meters, the cooldown of the killer's attack is tremendously increased. After that, they are unable to perform a lunge attack for a short duration. Alexander William Toole was probably the most ambitious inventor in Northern Ireland in 1880. He was sure that the ideas of Giffard, Hjort and Reis were only the foundations of what was still possible. Alex saw the potential hidden from so many others. His wife and young son would not see Alex for several days when he locked himself in his workshop from time to time, working on his inventions and living on dry bread and water. Whenever he came out of his room covered in soot, it was written on his face whether he had succeeded in changing the future of mankind. One day he changed at least his future immensely. Fortunately, his wife disposed of the machine when the search for Alex seemed hopeless. Imagine how many lives it could have condemned forever. Neither Alex nor his toolbox were ever seen again. Alex
comes with 3 perks
that reward him when he interacts with hooks or senses their dangerous presence. Striker. Whenever you run while the killer picks up a survivor, you break into a sprint for 5 seconds. Striker causes the exhaustion status effect. Gentle and Noisy. Disables your ability to slow vault. If you get hooked, Gentle and Noisy activates. Creating a killer notification while you are in close proximity to the killer but not in a chase will make the killer blind and deaf for 2 seconds. Gentle and Noisy cannot stun the killer. Fascinated. If you suffer from the exhaustion status effect and successfully sabotage a hook, the active timer of the status effect decreases by a moderate amount of time. When in 1492 the great city of Granada was retaken and snatched from the infidels, strong young men were as valuable as a small farm. The Catholic monarchs agreed to assist Colon, who was convinced that he could find a sea route to East Asia. Named after the kingdom in which he was born, Leon Trueno was recruited for the Genoese's fourth ship, and during the voyage he was chosen as the new captain of the small crew. When the ship's company was caught in thick fog, the Santa Teresa ran aground and disappeared from the pages of the history books. Leon
comes with 3 perks.
that allow him and his crew to distribute tasks optimally and to strengthen weak constructions. Inspiring. Missed attacks by the killer in a short range grant you a token. With each token, all action speeds of other survivors in your proximity slightly increase. Inspiring does not stack with other instances of itself. Jack Tar can only be used while injured. Upon starting a vault over a pallet in close proximity to the killer, you gain the endurance status effect for a short duration. When the killer hits you during this time, the vaulted pallet gets destroyed by the entity. When the pallet is destroyed, or when you leave the killer's terror radius, Jack Tar goes into a lengthy cooldown. New Horizons. Once per trial, you may interact with a completed generator to call upon the entity and swap its progression with the uncompleted generator that is furthest from you. Performing this action will permanently decrease your repair speed. Dead by Daylight Historical Prey is available never, nowhere.
Comes with 3 perks.